iron is one of the very important nutrients in our body that a lot of us are often worried to ensure that we have enough, because low iron comes with a lot of negative symptoms and effects. In fact, one of the worst is low transportation of oxygen. When there is low iron in the body, a lot of things go wrong, and one of them is what I have said. And so because of this concern about having a sufficient iron in there, a lot of people go as far as buying a lot of multivitamins, iron tablets, and all this stuff in order to ensure that they have enough of this very important nutrient. But it doesn't work that way. Most times, what we are buying, when we are buying synthetic iron blood tonic in order to raise our iron level, it creates a lot of inflammations. Iron are not just easily absorbed like that. Iron is not a water-soluble nutrient that you can just take like vitamin C. It's not a water-soluble nutrient that you can just take like vitamin B, that you can just urinate it out. If it's not absorbed, it easily gets toxic. And that's why we are not advised. I made that mistake while growing up, looking for iron, buying iron tablets at all times. But it's been several years without any such iron tablet or multivitamin. And I've been doing well, hale and hearty, all this while. And so the best place to get our iron is from the foods. And even in getting the iron from the foods, we need to also separate the heme iron and the non-heme iron. And so in this very video, I want to highlight some of the foods that you can get your iron quickly from in case you suspect or you need to boost your iron reserve. We know some are from the starchy variety, like unripe plantain is one of them, soya beans, sweet potatoes, most of the vegetables like moringa leaves. You can also get this from the red fruits like beetroot, pomegranates juice. You can get from hibiscus flower tea. You can get iron from. You can get iron from or even your onions. There are several other foods. Sesame seeds is a good source of iron. You can get your iron from meat. Complete iron, the absorbable iron from meat, eggs, fish. Mackerel and all the sardines. They are good sources of iron. A lot of varieties. Dates, raisins, they are all sources of iron. But when taking iron or iron-rich foods, we know that we need also to increase our vitamin C in the diet in order for the iron to be absorbed, like I said. It's not just something you take. You must bring in vitamin C to help its proper and full absorption. We know this already. But additionally also, we must understand that some people may be consuming too many iron-rich foods, plant-based, but they may still feel concerned for low iron because most of this iron from the plant kingdom, they are not the heme iron. The heme iron mostly are from the animal proteins. The body understands the heme iron better and they are more easily absorbed. And that is why I tell you sometimes we may be eating so much and yet we find ourselves deficient in some important minerals because we do not understand how these things work. So it is possible to be consuming only the plant-based. A lot of beans, a lot of this, although there are few of the plant-based that you can rely on for a kind of completeness in their terms of amino acids and all, but when you are talking of iron to be fully absorbed, they are best found in the animal protein. I like to get mine most time from sardines. Yes. If you can't take meat, if you cannot take some of the foods because you consider them acidic or for one health reason or the other, you can also take turkey. Turkey is a good source. And so when you get a little from the animal kingdom and a little and some from the plant kingdom, you get a good balance. Because if you focus only on the plant-based iron, most of them have restrictive, agents that don't allow full absorption. Most of the grains, for instance, the grains we know, they have, good amount of iron, but most times, unless they are fermented, before the body can access a little of some of these nutrients, they have some restrictive nutrients that don't allow full absorption. And so that's why somebody will say, I'm taking pap, I'm taking this, I take that. But when you look at it, they are all plant-based. And so the amount of the iron accessible that the body can access are reduced. And so we don't have to have this ignorance. Let's erase it and have a balanced kind of nutrition whereby we will not be lacking in iron, either because we are focusing too much on the plant-based iron-rich foods. And then finally, I need to also let us know that even in consuming this iron, older adults, we don't need much of it. Yeah, we don't need much of iron anymore. You don't need to worry yourself going for blood tonic. If you are feeling weak, which is obviously some of the symptoms, it may not be because you don't have sufficient blood. Because most people, once they are feeling weak, because it's one of the signs and symptoms, the first thing that comes to their mind is that they don't have enough blood. Even this morning, I've had a question this morning about weakness. Somebody have contacted me to talk about feeling weak. And I've already highlighted some of the things that could make you feel weak. Low calcium, in addition to low iron. But low iron is what people always have in mind. And that is why they quickly run and get blood tonic. Because when there is insufficient iron, people always feel that threat to their life, which is normal. But when you are trying to get iron to your diet, you must also know the source. The older people should, as much as possible, reduce that temptation to go for over-the-counter medication in order to boost their iron. Is going to, create inflammations or even sponsor existing inflammations. You can have the low-calorie foods, even fresh tomatoes, carrots. They are good sources. Foods that are low in calorie. Green veggies, they are all good sources. You can boil your hibiscus flower tea. It's going to have a positive effect on your blood sugar and on your blood pressure. And additionally, it's going to boost your iron reserve. Foods like oats, we favor your blood cholesterol, and it's a source of iron too. You can take advantage of other foods, even the cocoa we add to it. A lot of foods we take, having a variety of it, nuts like peanuts, almond nuts, all of them are all good sources. So you don't have to go to get a supplementation in order to have your iron. And I've always spoken against this because it's not my life. It's not the way I live my life. I've done that in the years of ignorance, but it's over now. And that's exactly the life I want you to live. You can have sufficient iron without any dependence on over-the-counter medication or what I call synthetic iron blood tonic. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and even follow me for more. If you like this message,